Hey, listen to this amazing news. The federal housing minister, Gregor Robertson, just found out there is a complete condo crash in 416. Yeah, he just mentioned it the other day. Yeah, oh, well, people need to understand there is a condo crash that's happening in the GTA. Thank you, fucking minister. Thank you for telling us this incredible news that nobody knew. Like, what the fuck is going on here? I mean, seriously, like, minister, all you had to do was subscribe to my YouTube channel 2 years ago, and you would know all about the condo crash 2 years ago. Like, I'm serious. You're just figuring it out today. All right, look, this is my pain. Okay, this is my pain. That government officials, ministers, all the people at different government operations always discover things amazingly late. Like something that is so blindingly obvious, like so much you couldn't miss. It's like an elephant walked into the room, literally the elephant in the room, for 2 years and you didn't know about it. Yeah, agreed, you're in Vancouver, but you were supposed to be a housing expert. That's why you got the job, right? So this is like our friend, the old immigration minister, Mark Miller. So Mark Miller fessed up about a year ago that, hey, you know what? Maybe I let too many people in. Yeah, maybe letting in 3 million plus people in 2.5 years, where that had never happened before in the history of history in Canada, having 3 million plus immigrants come. Maybe that was too much. Maybe that was too many. Yeah, I think it probably was. Well, it was going on for 2.5 years. Okay, didn't somebody stop you when one 10-month period hit 1.2 million? Didn't somebody come knocking on your office door and say, Minister, do you know we have 1 million people show up in the last 10 months? 1 million plus people? Seems excessive, okay? Like, that never happened. There's, like, no way of knowing. Like, it was all, you had to wait the whole 2.5 years to figure it out? Like, 3 million people? Is that just a whoopsie? Oh, wow. Must have missed that one. Yeah, look. So, I realize I'm raising hell with these people, but like, it's driving me literally crazy. I mean, okay, so the carbon tax went on for 6+ years, constantly told it had no effect on inflation, constantly told it wasn't really a tax. Everybody got their money back. I mean, nothing to worry about. And it was literally the most hated thing in Canada, to the point where in one day, the new guy Carney shows up and says, you know what? Yeah, that's got to go. Boom. Like, what went on during the course of the 6 fucking years, okay, that it just kept on going, and they kept on selling it, and they kept on saying that it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, nothing to do with inflation. Like, literally every time the Bank of Canada reports on inflation, they point out that since the carbon tax is gone, it's a big improvement to inflation. What? Like, what? I mean, this is not even really possible. And just so that not every government's left out, Quebec announced the other day that the $500 million of $500 million spent to convince the EV battery plant company to come to Quebec, they're broke. They're broke, so yeah, we're going to cancel the project. Dude, they're broke. They didn't show up. And you're going to what? Like, you couldn't have done a little bit better study on that garbage company and didn't realize that, no, this is not going to work out. You just threw $500 million at it for nothing? By the way, the highest possibility is that none of the EV plants will open, or out of all of these EV vehicle battery plants that the government supported, poured hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars into, Quebec, federal, Ontario, Yeah, apparently there's one still under construction, but what if none of that works? What if this, I remember it was like a parade of announcements of these EV battery plants. And Trudeau was always there with his fucking hard hat on and saying, yeah, everything's just going to be the greatest. We're going to change the world here. And what if it's all just total bullshit? And none of them knew their ass from a hole in the ground and just lit our tax money on fire, because it's definitely looking like that will be the outcome. Why is the hallmark of government in Canada total incompetence? Like 3 million people showed up. Surprise, surprise. Hey, you might not know this, but there's a condo crash in 416. Yeah, for 2 full years it's been crashing. Yeah, there hasn't been a new condo started in 2 full years. There hasn't been a new condo tower started. Like, yeah, there's too many of the dog crates. There's way too many. It's an economic disaster for everybody who bought them, and it's probably a financial disaster for the developers who haven't finished already. So yeah, you noticed? Good for you, okay? Like, why is this weirdness of nobody can see anything happening that many, many others can see? All the people on the ground who do it for a living just look at it and say, yeah, this is really fucked up. Okay, this is not going to work out. It's going to be terrible. And yet, these folks in government, years go by, and they either deny it, they push it off in a different way, they make excuses, and then they finally say, yeah, that's definitely a whoopsie. We got that wrong. But the money's all gone. The damage is all done. And you could have just stopped it. And so you couldn't stop the condo crash. That was never going to stop. But we hope you noticed it before it was just crashing down on you. Just talked about it. You just could have subscribed to my YouTube channel. You would have known all about it for 2 years ago. So, but all the other stuff, all the stuff that's just completely crazy that everybody saw coming and the government refused to change. Why is this the way our government works? Okay. People say I'm negative. I don't ever come up with solutions. I don't know what the solution is when it's obvious and you miss it. I don't have those fixes. I don't have a time machine, but mostly we don't have a government that can actually see disaster as it presents itself. That they couldn't figure out that the carbon tax was bad, like it was impossible. No, they just screwed it up.